there came a point for me where I had reached a very high pinnacle of what I would call financial and material success in this 3D world. I reached a point where in my career I had attained a lot, and I have really came a long way early in life. Of course, that came with a lot of hard work, discipline, and perseverance to attain all of those goods. I came to a point also early in life, after about 10-12 years of being in an industry that I did admire at one point. I admired it for its prestige, its caliber. I admired it for its what it could yield to you as a life, and the sophistication that comes with the experience itself in corporate America. And I am grateful for my experience, completely grateful. I worked really hard for it, and I have no regrets about it at all. But when you reach such, I guess, status, prestige, monumental material and financial abundance in life, you do think, at one point at least, maybe not for all, but for me, that something really wasn't quite fulfilling the way it was supposed to be. You know, I had attained so much early in life with a lot of hard work and perseverance and discipline, but yet there was something deeply within me burning that didn't feel completely fulfilled and whole. And I struggled with that for a few years before leaving corporate America to kind of figure that out. And so I explored what that may look like for me. What could that be? Along my own personal journey, I took a lot of time to really reflect, go into me, and become more introspective than I had been, and explore the depths of all of my interests and all of my passions, and let whatever would pique my curiosity, I let them surface. And it wasn't until after leaving the industry, it wasn't until after I began my own business journey a few years ago, that I came into this realization. Looking back, and I can safely say looking back, because it's been already a few years, what I did not like about this corporate America structure was that the entire time, no matter how much you gained in status, and title and money, it never appeared to be something where I was really being valued. Now, of course, they would probably beg to differ because they needed my production, they needed my experience, they needed me in the marketplace, they needed me to manage the portfolio of business and commercial clients. So I know that I was valued, but no, it didn't feel really valued the way that I defined value. And let me just give a couple of examples that I'm sure that many of you out there can relate to your own experience in life. And so one that stands out to me so profoundly is, no matter how much I rose in the ranks with title, because I would always say, well, when I get to this title and that title, then my voice will be truly heard, and then my ideas will really be mattered, and then I can feel worthy. That was my thought before, because I knew they valued me for certain aspects, but they never really valued my ideas, my thoughts, my voice. My voice wasn't heard, even with being as respected as I felt I was in the organization and in my career. When it came to the corporate hierarchy, of course I was respected and valued with my companies, my clients, but in the corporate platform and world, nope. They would hear you out, of course, but then it would just kind of just go by the wayside, and they would try to pacify you and, you know, pretend that you're valued, you know, that you were valued in the way that you were looking to be valued. But no, just quite never really hit the mark for me. So I really wanted to have my own voice and my own platform where my ideas would be heard, where I would be able to express myself to my fullest ability, to my fullest capacity, without worry of, well, what will the bank say, or what will this do for my image or for my reputation? I hated that. I hated being confined to such limitations. I was someone so expansive, so amazing, so incredible. I don't say that to be facetious or arrogant, but we all are. We're all very expansive. We're all very imaginative. We all have so much to offer this world. So to confine myself into this box, these set of parameters that I didn't fully agree with, was really killing my soul and my spirit, because then I began to work just for work. I began to work just for status, for money. Well, when you reach such high limits and high experiences and peaks, you are no longer fulfilled by the money. There's no amount of bonus, there's no amount of salary that anyone can give me and offer me to make me want to be so confined to such limitations. And so, as I can reflect, looking back now, it being a few years later, my voice, my personal experience, my story, my thoughts, my ideas, my values, they do matter. They always have and they always will. And there really is no amount of money in this world that anyone can pay me or offer me to shut myself down. It was out of alignment. My soul, my entire beingness, my body, both combining all elements, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, it was not in congruency. There was a discord. It was not being fulfilled because I was not in alignment with my soul. And even if the soul, the journey, the passions that we pursue evolve and change and shift over time, that's much better to be on that journey of knowing that you're discovering and continuing to evolve where you're going and how things will unfold. That is so much better to know that you might not ever be at a place where it's completion, and we never really are. But don't hold yourself back due to these external environments that, social society has, required us to conform into. I mean, it is a box that has been set up from the very beginning that's out of our control. We know that already. It's not about complaining and identifying what these boxes are. I think that a lot of people in this world are much awake, much aware of the confinements. I think that most people, humanity, understands the prison or the system, or the experiences that we're brought up in. That's not enough to know. It's beyond that. We're so in touch with ourselves, our consciousness. It's our job to shift out of those elements, to create a new world, a new experience, something on your terms, where you do matter, where your voice is being heard, where you are able to freely express your thoughts and feel complete liberation in your soul. That, to me, is the pursuit of life.